Baba Metzia, Parak Bet, Mishnah Dalet, fourth Mishnah in the second chapter of Baba Metzia. We're continuing to talk about lost and found items and when you have to return them and when you can keep them when they belong to somebody else. Says the Mishnah, Matzah b'chanud. Let's say you found an item. You walked into the store and you found an item. So, and there are times you have to think about it like a general store, meaning you would walk into the store and there was a public area. And then you would, behind there was and in front. Then there was a counter. And behind the counter, that's where the storekeeper stood. So, batzabachan, you found the item in the store. Hare elu shelo. You can keep it because something that doesn't have a siman. You don't have to announce it. It belongs to him. It belongs to the person who finds it. But bein hateva belachen bani. Let's say you find it between the teva. The teva is the ark, or here it means the counter. Okay, between that and the chenvani, the store owner. Even if you find Ishalach Chenvani, it belongs to the Chenvani, says the Bar Tunura. Okay, Ben v'chen tevasha and Chenvani yoshev lefanav, between the counter where the store owner sits, v'tamid notel mimena v'noten lefanav u'mocher. So he takes things down from the shelves behind him or from the table in front of him, and he sells them. Uma'ot shenotim lo betocha, and money that's in it, money that they give him, noten letocha. He puts it inside under the counter. So first of all, what are you doing behind the counter? And if you find an item behind the counter, it must have fallen from him, so you can't keep it. Next, what about there were two kinds of stores. It was like there was a regular chanut, and then there was called a shulchani. A shulchani, from the word shulchan, table guy. Shulchani means a money changer. So it was like their banks. You would walk into the money changer's little budka. I don't know if you were ever to, like back in Israel when I went to yeshiva, there was a money changer. And nowadays there's also a money changer, but now it's more like a store because it's official. Back then you would walk in, the guy had a table, on the table tons of cash, and you would give him your dollars, he'd give you shekel. So lifnei shulchani hare elu shelo. If you find money on the floor in the money changer's place, so obviously somebody else dropped it. It belongs shelo, it belongs to the finder. But bein hakisei v'la shulchani, if you find between the chair, meaning where the money changer sits, and the money changer, hare elu l'shulchani, they belong to the money changer because we assume that it fell from the money changer himself. Okay. Next case, halokeach perot mechavero. Let's say you buy fruit from your friend. O sheshalach lo chavero perot, and he sends you fruit, meaning guy brought fruit from the fruit salesman, or he sends you fruit umatzah behem ma'ot, and you find money in the fruit. Hare elu shalo. So the question is, do we assume it belongs to the guy who sent you the fruit, or it belongs to somebody else? Meaning the money was found, was stored or was lost in the package of fruit. Who does it belong to? So Mishnah says hare elu shalo. What is hare elu shalo in this case? Ukagon in this case is talking about a case where shechavero zeh tagar. He's a businessman. He is a middleman. Shelakach tvuazo o perotola. He bought this produce. Me'anashim harbe. He buys from a lot of suppliers. Below yadia demani, we don't even know who it belongs to. And since there's no siman nitya ashu haba'alim, remember that's the word yiush. The owners, they gave up on hope of finding it. Aval, but but if the guy who sold you the fruit, it's a private farm, he picked them himself, from his own land. But in that case, certainly this money belongs to him. Then you have to return it there. Meaning, there's a lot of common sense here. If you bought it from a middleman, he got from a bunch of suppliers. There's no way to know who it's from. Then you can keep it. But if you can assume, if there's reason to believe that the money came from this one person, then you have to return it. Im hayut sururim, if the money was sururim wrapped up, then that's a siman in itself, as we've learned, and therefore notel umachlis. You have to take them and hold them and announce them and return them to the rightful owners. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha Ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.